Hi there, you're watching IELTS on Learn English app. There was a question as to why I didn't show my face in front of camera. It's just giving you a lot of images and words, which is very intimidating. Well, the reason is I have a very good looking face, so I'm, afraid that when you look at my face and listening to me, you'll get distracted because, handsome. Well, the reason is for a couple of videos ago, which is focusing on the theory, which is about the IELTS, what we are expected to do in the IELTS test, what the IELTS test will test us. So instead of showing my face, I think it would be better to give you a lot of images and words so that you can remember better. Regardless, the topic of this week and the next week will be about speaking IELTS criteria. So I think it would be better for us if we focusing not only on information but also on the speaking and listening a little bit. That's why I'm showing my face here. Okay, so this topic about IELTS speaking criteria will involve 4 things: fluency and coherence, grammatical range and accuracy, lexical resources, and pronunciation. We'll look at each of the criteria in different videos, so we will have 4 videos for this big topic about speaking IELTS criteria. The speaking criteria that we will discuss today will be about fluency and coherence. In simple terms, fluency is the ability to speak at length without any hesitation and repetition, while coherence is your ability to make your talk connected and relevant. Now we're going to start on fluency first. In order to claim your point about fluency, you just have to remember 2 things. The first thing is be ready to speak at length. That is, when they ask you a question, don't just answer it. Give more information, give added detail about, something relevant. Remember, the speaking test is not an interrogation, it's about communication. So when they ask you a question, try to develop idea and make it what, who, where, when, why, in order to make your speak long. Nevertheless, although I suggest you to speak as long as you can, don't try to make it too long. And the second thing is make sure everything that you added to your answer relevant to the questions. Well, obviously. The second thing you should remember about fluency is that try to avoid hesitation and repetition. Well, in order to avoid repetition, of course, we have to learn a lot of words, a lot of new words in order to, make some fresh air in your talk. Regarding hesitation, of course, we have to think when we talk, right? But that is not impossible to avoid. In English, there's something we call function. Function is some kind of phrases, some kind of thing they would talk when they don't know what to talk about. So in order to avoid hesitation, we have some function for you. You can look down the description, download it, or you can look at the example next. And that is fluency. Again, in order to have the point about fluency, you just have to remember 2 things. The first thing is try to speak at length. And the second thing is try to speak without any hesitation and repetition. And now we come to the next part, coherence. In order to obtain a point about coherence, you have to remember 3 things. The first thing is try to connect all of your ideas using connective words, aka conjunction. The second thing is whenever you give any opinion or idea, try to back it up, try to justify it. And the third thing is when you're developing your idea, try to make sure every of your supporting sentences is relevant. Now about conjunction, the kind of words that you can use to connect your idea together. Where you can find it? Well, you can head to the description below. I will give you some of the conjunction. Or you can pause at the next frame because I will show you some, conjunction. Now here are some of the common conjunctions. As you can see on the screen, I give you 3 kinds of conjunction. The first kind of conjunction are those that you can use to connect ideas that are relevant to each other, which involve, furthermore, moreover, in addition, additionally, blah, blah, blah. And the second thing is those that you can use to connect it to contrastive ideas, like however, nevertheless, nonetheless. And the last one is to use to show cause and effect. Therefore, thus, consequently, if you go to the description and click on a link, you can access to a lot of examples and you can understand better, I hope. Now we come to the second point, the point of developing your senses. If you haven't looked at a video about speaking IELTS overview, I suggest you have a look at that. Well, anyway, in the speaking we have 3 parts, the first, the second, and the third. In the third part of speaking, we have to participate in the discussion, which is all about giving ideas and supporting it. So, for example, you have to give your opinion about something. Instead of just giving your opinion, you have to back it up. Any point with supporting idea, in my opinion, will be stronger than a point without any, supporting idea. That's just claim and blame. And the final thing about coherence is when you develop in your senses, try to make sure everything relevant to one another. Don't just say things that come up into your mind right away. Try to give a little bit of time of reflection and thinking. How can you do it? Well, go to the description and go to the hesitation function. With that, you can buy yourself a few moments. Well, we just finished coherence. Kind of fast, huh? Anyway, remember 3 things. When you talk, try to give conjunction. Try to connect your idea together using words and phrases. The second thing is when you talk, when you give your opinion, try to give supporting senses. Try to give supporting ideas. It's just giving opinion. And the third thing, when you developing your senses, when you developing your idea, try to make sure everything relevant. And that is the end of this video about fluency and coherence in IELTS speaking criteria. With a view to obtaining completely on point in fluency and coherence, remember 5 things. Speak at length, avoid hesitation and repetition, connect all of your ideas using words and phrases, developing your opinion, and make sure everything that you give in your senses relevant. Thank you for watching Learn English Jam. If you have any questions, go to the comment section below and give it a try. If you find this video helpful, why don't you give it a try and share it. Thank you, goodbye, and see you again.